This ain't financial advice. We are well on our way. Cardano fam, nerd fam, welcome to the cast. I have a really cool episode for you here because I'm going to show you this chart a little bit later on in the cast that breaks down all the wallets, how much ADA you own, and what percentage of the wallets own what and how many they are, and we're going to get into that later. First of all, I want to say, take a look at this. This is very cool, and it's a small observation, but it's an important one. 71.7 is now staked, okay? There are 844,436 delegations. This number is growing right here. The networks are becoming more decentralized, and if you get a chance, also peek through this NFT. You can actually see some cool NFTs that are coming onto the Cardano blockchain, and you can kind of check out some people's new artwork. That's kind of a funny one right there. What is that? It's a space bird, common derp bird. So there's all kinds of cool art coming onto the Cardano blockchain, in addition to the number of wallets and delegations, and the amount of ADA staked in our ecosystem is in fact growing. Another big shout out to everybody who is staking with our stake pool, Nerd Stake Pool, the hottest, coolest, most sophisticated, high IQ, good looking, highly in shape, funny, charismatic stake pool in the system. I just want to say a big shout out to the 626 delegates and all the people who have made this a reality, because you are the ones who did this. You are the ones who made this happen. You are the ones who bootstrapped this company and brought it to where it is today. And from my heart to yours, I want to say thank you very much. Now, we have some really cool big things coming, but let me jump over to that little chart that I was showing you early. Okay. So take a look at this right here. This is so cool, right? So this is the date right here. You look up here, 10 million to 100 million ADA. There was only 174 wallets. So thank you. The 1 million to 10 million ADA, 31, 33. Thank you to the big whales who jumped into our pool. There's not that many of them. And if you look back to when ADA started back here in, let's see, or at least this chart started in 2017, there was, take a look at wallets that had 100,000 to a million. Okay, that's interesting. So, So 100K, 10 to 100K. There were 7,700 wallets with 100K back then. Okay, and 100K to 1 million, there was 10,000. Now, what are we at now? Now, 100K to a million, 22,000. 100K to a 10K to 100K, 67,000. So that number keeps growing. But what you'll see, though, is that this whale number right here, it used to be larger. Isn't that interesting? See the 1 million to 10 million where the mouse is right there? Okay, you're going to see it go to 67 as time went on. Then it went to 4,000, 5,000. And then there was some redistribution that happened there. And if you look at it, that's still this 3,200. So at one point, a lot of those big wallets held a lot of ADA. I'll put this link in the thing below. You guys can play with that. Very cool stuff here. Now, there's a lot of mixed information that I'm seeing out there. This says Cardano sees over 40,000 smart contracts deployed in 4 days after the Alonzo hard fork. Some of those contracts are locked, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be used. How does this affect the price? Well, we have to see how the smart contracts react. We have to see how the deployment goes and the usage goes on these dApps and these DeFi ecosystems that are being built. We know we have a lot of really cool projects coming to the system, and we are watching this day by day by day. Nevertheless, we still are on some level controlled by Bitcoin. But I'm going to say it right now, and I've said it before on the channel, Bitcoin's number one, but the minute that Bitcoin gets flipped by Cardano, by Ethereum, the spell will be broken. We can decouple or divorce from BTC. Hey! Now, they don't want to give up that stronghold, nor would you if you bought Bitcoin at, I don't know, $100 a pop like the Winklevoss twins. But, look, this is an inevitability. in my opinion. If we're able to build, scale, and be more secure than Bitcoin, and we have the community that is equally as passionate, if not more passionate than Bitcoin, what do you think is going to happen next? Comment down below, like, subscribe, and follow my Twitter for more. But what I'm saying is this, is that one of Cardano's most important, valuable assets is our community. Being a part of this thing, being a part of literally writing on the pages of history, and we're like all doing it together. And it's a wild experience because we know, it's just like you get that feeling in your stomach, like, I know something big is about to happen. And for the people who I've watched grow in this space, like, my hat goes off to you because it's been a wild ride. And for those of you that didn't sell, congratulations and good on you. But there's going to be more turbulent times to come. But with that being said, I think the Cardano community is going to stick together. That's the brilliant part of us. There's a lot of really cool projects out there, but if you actually search for them and you look for people writing about them and look for their Telegram groups, they don't exist. Like, there's other projects on here that are like, okay, this is cool, that's a cool concept. Now, somebody told me a long time ago, it's one thing to have a great idea, it's another thing to execute it. Okay? Now, what we see Charles doing is executing it and posting spicy memes on his Twitter. Boom! Charles, you are a savage, brother. So check this out. 1970, we got Easy Rider. They're just like tripping on Harleys. Now we got 2020, two best friends. Seem close. This guy has 2 book bags on. This guy's going to have back problems. People often ask me why I listen to 70s and 80s music. And have trouble connecting with my age group. I think the picture accurately captures my point of view. Charles, great taste in music, my man. Great taste in music. I went and saw Elton John, Billy Joel, the Eagles, Chris Stapleton at Madison Square Garden. I'm with you on the music scene, brother. So check this out. Emergo announces a new venture to build DeFi services on Cardano. Now, if Emergo comes together and makes the right partnerships with companies like Blockchain 4A and a multitude of other companies, what they're ultimately going to do is water the garden. And that's really the whole ethos of this, is watering the Cardano community, which is the Cardano garden. And we always say that about the people who stake with Nerd. Hey, when you stake with Nerd, you're ultimately, inadvertently, helping us create more videos to onboard more people, to create more wallets. Think about it. Genius. Back to that. Oh, by the way, quick little shout out to all the nerd pullians. Just so y'all are aware of this, this is a 5.37 lifetime return on stake. Now, I want to set realistic expectations for everyone. Look, the next epoch, not our best epoch. It's a 3.52. But if you look at this, we had a 4.65, we had a 6.43, a 6.07, a 5.57, a 5.8, a 5.7. They do fluctuate, but any healthy pool is going to return you a 5 to a 5.25 ROS. Okay, Cardano says it's going to be a 4.6%, and there is a gradual decay. This chart's pretty gnarly. But we got Emergo watering the garden. So they say a wider range of financial services promotes financial inclusion and social cohesion, especially in areas lacking in traditional financial services. Decentralized finance has appealed to the crypto community through its improved transparency, security, and credibility of processing financial transactions. The value of crypto assets under management in DeFi apps has sharply risen. And I think we're only going to see this continue to sharply rise. A lot of people think that if the Fed starts printing a lot more money, it's going to bolster the price of cryptos, and cryptos may go nuts. I've also heard people say that they're going to be able to wrap Bitcoin in a smart contract and be able to stake it in the Cardano ecosystem and earn ADA. Still learning more about that, not totally clear on that, but that could be huge. That could create an incredible amount of liquidity if that's true. I need to do more research on that myself, but from what I've heard, it is possible. So Charles Hoskinson here, Cardano. Hoskinson says DeFi is up for grabs, and it certainly is. Are we in a bubble right now from a risk averse standpoint? Could be. But me personally, I think this bubble might get a lot bigger. Okay. This might be a 10-year bubble. And yeah, it could pop now. But with that being said, I think there is an incredible amount of growth, an incredible amount of interest coming to the space, still learning about the space. That's why I think there's so much more room to grow. There's so much to learn about this space. People are on like day one, step one, like your average people. Your average person isn't making crypto YouTube videos in their living room, okay? Your average person is still trying to figure out what a smart contract is. Your average person is still trying to figure out what a decentralized application is. Now, Vitalik, I always say on this channel, he's a genius, okay? He created that original smart contract system, and it's brilliant because a smart contract is a digital contract, okay? Verified by all the parties, but ultimately, what is a contract? It functions on the if and then principle. If you do this, I'll do this. If you do that, I won't do that. Think about that. Everything in life almost functions on an if and then. If I walk out the door, I'm going to run into my neighbor. If I offer you $5 for your candy bar, you're going to give it to me. If I offer you $2 for your candy bar, you're going to keep it. So that's the whole idea behind a smart contract in consensus. Is that if we can deploy that on a massive scale and apply the if and then principle, I mean, everything you do in life is a cause and effect. And that's ultimately what if and then is, a cause and effect. And if we can deploy smart contracts, then we will change the world legacy financial system forever. Folks, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you being here. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.
Steak with Nerd.